Every person you know has built up this version of you inside of their head. It has your face, it has your voice, even the way you laugh. But that is not you. It is this character they created using whatever was convenient for them. A few memories, a few assumptions, and a whole lot of what they needed you to be for them. And the unsettling part isn't that they did it. It's that you've been playing along. In Proust's novel, Swann's Way, there is this character named Charles Swann. In the outside world, Swann is simply extraordinary. He is friends with even royalty, but he also spends time with this comfortable middle-class family who has no idea. To them, Swann is just a guy you ask for when you need that recipe for that pineapple salad. The guy who sits at the piano table, turning sheet music as others play. They did not dislike Swann, or even mean to disrespect him. It's just they already built up a version of him inside of their head. A version built entirely from Sunday dinners and small talks that they have. So complete, so lived in, that there was no room for the actual human to exist. Proust writes that Swann's face became nothing more than a transparent envelope. Proust was describing something psychology would name for another century. The human brain, it likes to build mental models of people, a schema. And once a schema is set, it does not like to update. It simply begins to defend. New evidence does not correct the picture. The picture rejects the evidence, because these models become more than just the other person. They are load-bearing walls inside the other person's identity. If that family admitted that Swann was extraordinary, they'd have to ask themselves a question they cannot afford to answer. How did we treat such an extraordinary man like furniture for almost 20 years? And the brain would rather accept a comfortable fiction long before it'll accept an inconvenient truth. You are not who you are. You are who they decide you are. But here's the part that matters most, and it's the part that Proust shows you without saying it out loud. Swann let them. He is the one that's bringing recipes. He is the one that sits at the piano table and turns the pages. He sits at the table and never once corrects the record. There is something that looks like grace in that, but looking like grace and having it, two different things. This grace was practiced for far too long. So much so that it became a habit, and this habit eventually just became his identity. Over time, Swann snuggly started to fit into this envelope that they built for him. When you diminish yourself, even gracefully, you start to diminish the full weight of who you are. Then the tragedy isn't that they reduced you. The tragedy is how you helped so much. So here's what Proust is actually handing to you. It's not a tragedy. It's actually a diagram. Now that you see the mechanism, just watch it play out in real time. The friend who only calls you when they need something, they are not just using you. They are protecting an identity that exists to serve them. That family member that treats you like a child, they are not stuck in the past. They need you to stay small so that their version of the world still makes sense. This isn't personal, it's structural. And the moment you start to understand that, something shifts. You stop being hurt and start becoming strategic. The difference between you and Swann is that you saw the envelope before you disappeared into it. You don't have to live inside of their envelope. You don't have to correct them. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to convince them of anything. You just have to stop volunteering to continue being small. Proust gave you the diagram. The version of you that exists in their head, that is not for you to control. The one they never had the range to fully see, that one doesn't need permission to fully exist.